Yo, what's up guys, I'm back on a review for you. This time we have Ronaldo. Now, obviously I've been wanting to try this card since the start of the game. Everyone does want to try the best cards. So I thought I'd try him out now I've got the opportunity to. On stats then, he's got 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, 6'2" high-low work rate, 87 pace, 93 shooting, 82 passing, 88 dribbling, and 75 physical. So on paper, it looks like a very, very deadly striker. In the games I played with him in Foot Champs, which I got quite a lot of the goals to be fair. I played him in Div 1 Rivals, and now unfortunately, I was in my game for the Elite Division. I was on a times 2. Literally all I needed was to win the game, and I ended up losing the game to an Uber McConnell left foot shot. Now I don't know if you know, but he's got like, I can't remember what it was, like 37 finishing, and especially on his left foot as well. It was bins, it was ridiculous. But anyway, I'll get it in the end. But yeah, it's just a little bit annoying. But anyway, I've got nothing more to say, so I'll see you on the positives and negatives. Enjoy the clips. Peace. So on to positive and negatives about the card then. So first positive, I'm obviously kicking off the 5-star skills. The 5-star skills from Ronaldo, always very, very good. Every single year, really nice to be fair. It just allows him to turn and twist it really nicely. Because if he didn't have the 5-star skills and he had the 4-star, and he had that agility that he has, I've got on Pogba. I don't really think he'd be as good, but the 5-star skills kind of counteract the agility because it's a little bit low at times because he feels a bit stiff because of his height, but I'll speak more about the negatives. But the 5-star skills are really, really good to be fair. It allows him to twist and turn, be really deadly in the box, do elasticos, whatever you want, he can do. Next up for me is going to be the pace. On the pace for him, I actually felt quite good to be fair. At times, the acceleration was a little bit low. I'm not going to put it in the negatives because I don't feel like it's necessary. But at times, it was a little bit low and a little bit annoying. But generally speaking, he was quite good with his pace and he would like burst for a goal when you need him to. I do recommend you put an engine on it. I'll speak more about that in the negatives. But generally speaking, the pace is quite good to be fair. Now, next up, I'm going to go with the general shooting. Now, general shooting from him, as you can see, all of them really, really good, to be fair. I think it's criminal that he only has 84 penalties. I'm not even a Ronaldo fanboy. I prefer Messi over Ronaldo. But generally, I don't see why he has that low penalties. Like, all of his stats are good, to be fair. Even the pens. Like, if you put him on pens, you'd be confident in scoring with him. Like, the attack position is the key aspect. The shot powers are a very, very good aspect about him. The long shots are obviously nice. The finishing deadly on either foot. He's just a very, very good out-and-out striker. Next up for me, I'm going to go with the reactions. Now, the reactions for him are really good, to be fair. 94. Anything above, like, 90 odd is really good, to be fair. You react really fast to the ball. I feel like less fast cards need higher reactions, because obviously the faster cards can maybe react slower and still get to the ball. But the reactions for him, really good, to be fair. Next up for me is going to be the ball control. And the ball control for him, I didn't really feel bad at all. I normally fire my passes a lot because I hate losing the ball to like stupid things. So I deliberately don't like lose. So I like hit it hard with R1X. And to be fair, he has got really good close control of the ball. Even though he's 6'2", because you wouldn't really expect that, but he has really got like that nice control to the ball. Next up for me, I'm going to go with the composure. On the composure for him, along with all the shooting, really, really good to be fair. He only missed, like, I would say on average, let's say it was a shot that should go in, maybe one every 5 games, I would say. But generally speaking, his finishing overall top notch. One of the best I've used in the game. Is so, so good. Brilliant finishing altogether. So that's one of his like main aspects for him. Obviously, you'd expect that. Next up for me, I'm going to go with the air ability. Now, this again was one of the key aspects about Ronaldo. If you stick him near post and corners, he is so deadly. With 90 head accuracy and 95 jumping, in the air vertically, he is just so hard to like. Even like Van Dijk and that struggles against him. So that is just a really nice aspect about him. Next with me, I'm going to go with the strength. Now, the strength for him, to be fair, at 77, sorry, at 6'2", is actually really good, to be fair. Obviously, there's centre-backs that are going to be stronger than him. Like, practically all centre-backs are stronger than that. But generally speaking, if you need to like hold off, like let's say a Kunde he might do good against, but like the stronger ones he will struggle against. But generally speaking, if you hold L2 or LT maybe on Xbox, I think it is, you will be able to push off the defender or hold them off until he gets a shot off. Last for the traits for me is going to be the outside the foot shot trait. Now this is a personal favourite for mine, although you don't really need it on him because he's got the 4-star weak foot and it's quite good on either foot. This just allows it to be on the outside of the foot of the strong foot. Let's say you need it because the weak foot's bad and you just hit it on the outside and that would be nice. And they've also buffed that because it before the patch it was really bad. So yeah, the outside the foot shot trait really, really nice now if you need that. But that's all for the positives. Now let's get to the negatives. So on to the negatives about the card then. Now, although I did put the pace in the positives, I'm going to put the acceleration in the negatives. I do feel like at times he's a little bit slower off the mark than let's say you'd want him to be. Obviously, he's not really going to be that bad, because he's still actually quite fast to be fair, but just be wary of that sometimes because of his height, he's going to be a little bit slower off the mark than let's say I don't know, Son would be probably, or like just anyone smaller and faster on the acceleration, so just be wary of that at times. Now next I'm going to go with the general passing. Now general passing for him isn't really the best. Obviously it's not really bad. You don't really expect really high passing on Ronaldo. It's kind of average. It's not really bad but it's not really amazing because he's such a good card. I have to nitpick. The passing generally isn't really the best. He did really put some good passes across like to my Hakimi or my Mendy, but generally speaking he is a little bit here and there on it. Now, this is what I talked about on the positives. The agility is a little bit annoying at times. He does feel a little bit stiff. Let's say on the harder games, like I was playing in Div 1, right? The foot jumps was a lot easier because obviously the people are worse. But when I was playing Div 1, sometimes you feel a little bit stiff. And like even with the 5-star skills, agility would maybe, like, because obviously he's like quite tall, it would be a little bit lower than you'd expect. Like that stat is kind of a lie, but the skills kind of counteract, so just be careful of that. Next up for me is the balance. Now the balance for him, as I was talking about on the positives, you can use the L2 to hold them off. The balance might end up ruining you with that one because he might lose balance, which he actually did do for me. I was trying to hold off Kunde, I think it was. I held him off, and then obviously for the shot, he just didn't have the balance to do it, so he got knocked off, and that was an annoying stat. Next up for me, unfortunately, is going to be the stamina. Now, the stamina actually does last the 90 minutes, but generally speaking, if you want to play him extra time, you're going to have to bring him off, like, let's say, a super sub. Because in foot champs, you play 120 minutes. I'd probably say one every maybe 3 to 5 games. So you will need him. You will need him to like perform an extra time, and he will do, but he will be quite slow. To be fair, like the acceleration isn't good as it is, and let's say you got no stamina, it's going to be even worse. So you're going to have to bring on a super sub. But generally speaking, that's all for the negatives. Now let's get into the overall scores. So to be fair to this Ronaldo card, I played 50 games with him. I got 51 goals and 9 assists. The record was a lot better than that before I played Rivals, but it is kind of hard to like work it in when he's in like such hard games against such sweaty people. But he is a big game player, to be fair. I might like he's not. He is a really big game player at times. So let's go on to overall scores then. So first we're going to kick off the pace. Now the pace for me, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I do think it's quite good, to be fair, but generally speaking, it can be a little bit slow at times to get off the mark. So just be wary of that. 7 out of 10, I think it's perfectly good enough for that. Now the shooting for him, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. The shooting is incredible. Either foot, no matter what shot you do, because the long shots are so good. Finesses even work. Near post, far post, low drivens, anything you want, he can do it. So the shooting, 9.5 out of 10. The passing for me is going to be a solid 7 out of 10. It's quite average, to be fair. I should probably give it a little bit lower, but it didn't really put that many passes wrong, so I can't really knock it and give him any lower than that. So 7 out of 10. Next up for me is going to be the dribbling stats overall. Now this I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It kind of gets boosted because the ball control and the composure and reactions are quite high. The agility is not bad, to be fair, but generally speaking, I feel like that is a fair score for like it all around. Next up for me, I'm going to do the physical. Now the physical for him, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 as well. I do feel like it's good. Like the jumping ahead actually boosts that quite a bit, but the stamina is a little bit low at times, and maybe the aggression as well. The strength isn't really too bad, to be fair, but like I feel like that score is quite fair for it. So overall for Ronaldo, I'm going to give it a, for the time of year it is, I'm going to give him a 9.6 out of 10. The links are really good this year. He's Portuguese, Man United, he's Prem, 5-star skills. He's got a lot of aspects that going well for him. Some aspects going wrong, but like generally speaking, if you're going to get this card, I 100% recommend you getting it. That's a fair score for him. I'm also going to give him a price rating. So like, I'm going to say how much he's actually, like, how good he is for the price of the card. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, I would say. I think that's fair. I don't really think he's a 10 out of 10 price for the card, because obviously you could get better, probably for more expensive. Or maybe a bit cheaper. I haven't really tried all the cards yet this year. But generally speaking, this Ronaldo card is really deadly overall. I really did enjoy him. So if you're looking to pick him up and you're unsure, definitely go pick him up. He's a really deadly striker. Especially if you like 5-star skills as well. And like deadly finisher, get him 100%. So I've got nothing more to say, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so if you can help that by sharing to your mate or something, I would greatly appreciate that. But I've got nothing more to say, so thanks for watching and peace.